Well, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this another brand new day. Yes, indeed, as I've come to the understanding, one of the reasons that I move my hands and talk with my hands so much is not just because I talk with my hands. That's my form of stimming. Anthony Hopkins rubs his hands together. Other people do things. I move my hands and I talk with my hands because I can feel it, and that's just my way of stimming. Yay! Anyway, though, welcome to the world. It's Shelton. Once again, up at 3. I go to bed around 11. I wake up around 3. I've been getting just 3 and 4 hours of sleep a night. Part of that is I just don't have enough money to buy enough cannabis products. So I just wake up from pain or whatever. So, yay. So I was out walking again. I went walkies in the cold. Life is life. Part of it is pain. I mean, I hurt. And part of the reason I hurt is because I can't take enough pain medication before I go to bed. So, yay. Life is life, though. Went out, and last night when I went walkies, it was a starry sky. But I thought to myself, I better take my umbrella just in case. Third of the way through the walk, it was not a starry sky anymore, and it was raining. So this morning, it started off starry, stopped being starry, but it's not raining. So, good, bad, indifferent, I don't know. It's just something that happens. And this is the Pacific Northwest. I live not that far away. You know, I'm at the base of the Washington State Peninsula. You know, a quarter of the states broke off with the water coming down like that. And up here is a rainforest on the peninsula. The Olympic rainforest. So, it rains a lot in Washington State, the Pacific Northwest. Gotta say the Pacific Northwest, because Washington State is also divided by a third by the Rocky Mountains. The western half of Washington State is wet and cold and snows, and the eastern side of Washington State is a great big desert, and it's hot and dusty. So, it's a geological location, and we live here. And one day we're going to die horribly because there's the ring of fire in the Pacific Ocean, which is a whole bunch of volcanism, and we are on a plate that should have had an earthquake some time ago, but hasn't yet. And so when it does, oh boy, it's really going to tear things up. So thumbs up for that. Anyway, though, welcome. A bunch of really minor things. One of the things I want to talk about, and it means absolutely nothing, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. I on and off watch Markiplier. If you ever watch videos of Markiplier, it's on and off because we all change. I've changed. He changed. He's gotten older. He does other things. I think they did a very silly thing earlier with this 1-year project. I wouldn't have done it the exact same way, but that's because I wouldn't have done it the exact same way. We're individuals, so yay. But, talking on a health thing, one of the things that happened to him recently is he broke his foot. Just broke his foot. And it's weird because the human body we are incredibly hardy. Some of us can fall out of airplanes and survive. There are people who are specific islanders that can swim underwater for almost 20 minutes, and they have very enlarged spleens which have and control the amount of red blood cells that you have in your body, and so they can be underwater with all that extra oxygenation. And that's good. It's not like 20 minutes, but it is long. And it's amazing. And at the same time, you can take 2 aspirin and die. It happens. And Markiplier stepped off a curb onto a 1/2-inch storm grate. That 1/2-inch storm grate, his ankle rolled as he stepped off and onto it. So thunk, roll. As his ankle rolled, he felt and heard the pop as the bone in his foot broke. Oh my God. It's like my sister when we were younger, except that was when we were younger. My sister would always fall and break bones. And when I say always, I only mean about 5 or 6 times. And so she would just like, we'd be on ice, thump, broken bone. We were kids, we were going to slide down the stairs. I got out of the box, she rolled down the stairs, broke a bone. Another time that it was my fault, one of those things you can do, you lay on your back, you tuck your legs up. Somebody sits on your feet, you kick your legs out. They go whoosh, flying, because you've used your strong, long muscles of your legs to kick them across the room. I did that. She came down, wham, with her wrist on the leg part of a chair. Broke her arm. And so, yay. I go walkies a lot. And I have stepped off of curbs and into potholes where you expect the ground to be here, but it's not. It's down here. So it's like free fall for 5 or 6 inches. And when you land, it's hard because you're not braced, your body's not positioned for it, and it's a shocker. Oh my God, it hurts. And I have just walking semi-recently on like the train tracks and such, I roll my ankles all the time and catch myself. I am amazed that I haven't sprained my ankles. I have my feet come down to thump, wah, off of stuff either direction or hit and slide and twist sideways to fall in between train ties. I'm 58. I don't have any confirmed broken bones throughout my life. I think, because I didn't go to a doctor about it, I think I fractured a rib once because I fell on a beer bottle back when I was an alcoholic, and that spot on my rib hurt for like almost a year. So I figure I probably fractured it, at the very least bruised it. And then when I was younger and in the Air Force, one time I was hammered. A lot of alcohol stories about hurting myself, where I fell backwards. Our lockers where I was stationed, they were like school lockers bolted onto walls. And so the metal doors swung out. As I fell backwards, because I lost my balance, because drunk, I kicked my foot upward, and my foot went wham right into the bottom of the door. Those toes hurt for years. So I figure I probably fractured my toes. But I never went to the doctor, and I've been fine. So no confirmed fractures or breaks, only suspected ones, but I've done stuff that probably would have killed Markiplier then. He's either very fragile or I have just been super lucky. And I know part of it is I'm super lucky. Parts of my body are just, in my innards they've stood up when they shouldn't have. I should have died from my alcoholism. I really should be dead. My liver should not be in the good shape that it is. Good. So bodies are amazing. But I just wanted to mention that whole Markiplier thing. And then here's just a minor thing, because even though my life isn't great, and it's not, I'm barely staying above water. In fact, I'm not above water. I am actually here a little bit below because I don't have enough money, even with all of your help, to actually keep things going. So I am slowly sinking. And it's none of your fault. I'm not saying, you have to help me more. No, that's not the point. I'm just saying things happen. Never feel that you have to hurt yourself or anything like that to help me. If you'd like to help me, that is awesome. Do not feel obligated. Seriously. It's wonderful. I appreciate it. Do not feel obligated. But the point being, try and remember what I was talking about. Yes. It was an anecdotal thing from a person who had been talking to someone else. And they were at the home of a very, very rich acquaintance. they had a lot, and the conversation came around to stuff that was there and the ostentatiousness of it. And the person who said the thing that I liked was like, yeah, all this stuff is nice, but you know, I have something that this rich person will never have. I was like, well, what is that? And it's enough. I have enough. And that's amazing, because those people that have money generally never have enough. Take a look at the ostentatious rich people's places. There are some that don't live that way, but they still never have enough, or they wouldn't still be accumulating more and more wealth. Whereas, even though I'm here, I still feel I have enough. What would I do with bigger housing? I'd like to have a cheaper housing. But even the place that I rent, I mean, I only use a few rooms. My bedroom here, kitchen, bathroom, you know, the front and back exits periodically. I don't need a large space. If I became independently wealthy, I wouldn't buy a big house. I want something small. Someplace that's just enough. Even though I don't have much, I have largely enough. And that's a good feeling. It's a nice understanding to know that you aren't just a bottomless void of sucking want. It's good to know when you can have enough. Part of that is just my age. And as I've said to other people and online here and to Russian timing and such, it's good judgment is a result of experience. And experience is a result of bad judgment. So I know I have enough, and I don't need a lot to be happy. Younger, of course, I was still caught in the rat race as much as I could be. But I've become far less materialistic and far less of a just wanting suck, instead of just being happy with having enough. Thumbs up. I mean, I'm a human being. We all are. I'm contrary and contradictory, and I like to think I'm rational and reasoned, but I'm no more rational and reasoned than anybody else, and most of us we don't know why we do half the stuff we do. So thumbs up for that. Let's see what else I have on my list, because I don't have a whole lot, actually. Oh, yes, here, this is just a minor thing. I talked before about my Bluetooth speaker. I can't even remember where they are now. I went and moved them. But one of the things that bugged me about them, I don't like my equipment talking to me or just making noises unless it's necessary. My Bluetooth speakers, when you click them on, a little light would come on, and then it would say power on, or the light would go off, and then it would say power off. I saw a little light. I don't need it telling me that. I can see the light. So the big unit here that I've just recently gotten, when I say big, it's only this big, on the desk speakers, is a very, 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 very minor thing, only because I'm weird in that fashion. Here is me turning the speakers on. Did you hear that? A red light comes on the front of the unit. Power light. Tells me that it's on. That's all I need. That's wonderful. I'm going to turn it off. What? Why? Why? The light goes off. I can see that it's off. I don't need it to go boop, 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 boop to let me know it's off. You didn't do that to turn on, thank God. So why do it to turn off? It's an extremely minor thing, and I just thought I'd talk about it. There are some other things I don't want to talk about, but I'm not going today, so hopefully soon, like veganism and vegetarianism and all that, and please don't eat raw meat, and I'm going to talk about that later. On another day, if you're anti-mask or anti-vaxxer, without really saying a whole lot more than that, if you are anti-mask, if you are an anti-vaxxer and you're watching this, then just go ahead and hit the unsub button and hit the X button, and don't comment saying, oh, I can't believe, because as soon as I see that you're an anti-vaxxer, your comment's going into the garbage. I'm not going to read it. And as soon as I can see that you're an anti-masker, your comment is going to be deleted. I'm not going to read it. You're going to waste time telling me that I'm foolish, and I don't care. Flush. So I believe in science and reason and being intelligent, and if you don't, then there's the button, there's the unsubscribe thing. If you're anybody else, again, welcome and thank you for watching. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. We live in a hard and scary world, and adding conspiracies, anti-science, anti-intellectualism to it does not help anybody. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. Good, bad. What's the one that's in the middle? I've forgotten what that means, what that word is. Let's call it neutral. I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. I'm an American English speaker, and even though I count in American Sign Language with the fingers of this hand with my depression, fibromyalgia, and more, I'm sometimes lucky that I can remember anything at all. That must be why I like doing sign language so much. It's all self-stimming when I'm doing my hands in the signs. Thumbs for that. Anyway, though, let me call it my Chrome. We have here Chalky, thumbs up, and I like the name. Russian Timing, greatly appreciated. Good to see you, my friend. Sierra Tapper, thumbs up. We have Vibe Check, good to see you. Confused Owl 29, good to see you in the comments. X Danime, thumbs up, and good to see you. Sasha Ruiz, greatly appreciated. Boba Fett, thumbs up. We have Damn Wall, greatly appreciated. Faith of Wind, thumbs up. V, greatly appreciated. Nicolo, it's got a little accent mark over it, so I'm not quite sure if I'm pronouncing it properly. Nervy, greatly appreciate. Sebastian Ferris, thumbs up. Lucifer, greatly appreciate. Good to see you. Zonny Tiger, thumbs up. We have Prognissa, greatly appreciated. Unknown, thumbs up. Anime Fan, good to see that you're taking walks. It is a very good thing. Christopher Thomas, greatly appreciated. And then we have Ricky Bettini with the daily reminder to live every day to its fullest. And that's it. Ooh, what was that? 19 comments. Thank you all so very much. Get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people, and it is appreciated. A definite thumbs up. Yay. And of course, the horsehead of encouragement wishes nothing but love, joy, and pleasure to each and every one of us that walks upon the face of this earth. The horsehead of encouragement believes in you, knows that you can do it, and wishes only the best. And of course, Black Lives Matter. There's no arguing. If you're arguing the other side, you are arguing in bad faith. Black Lives Matter. And during these hard times, try to try to speak English too. Try to stay as safe and creative as you possibly can. And of course, if you have to go out, please wear a mask, wash your hands, try not to touch your face, practice your social distancing. If you don't have to go out, please don't go out. Yes, it's hard. This is very, very hard on everybody. I mean, it is hard. But almost anything at all is better than dying in the hospital on a ventilator. Please be safe. Past that, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you, my friend, and that is a very good thing. I know there's other things that I used to say, but I can't remember what they are. I am out of sight, out of mind with my ADHD, and I require constant reinforcement, even from myself. So if I forget, then I forget, and then I don't remind myself because I've forgotten, And thumbs up. So I will see you on the flip side, my friend.